Can I exit out? Yep. It'll be there?
No, you have to talk. You have to put the top in. You have to wait until it clicks. It always Good.